As a finance expert, I can tell you that Lightstream prides itself on a streamlined and relatively quick funding process. However, several factors come into play that can influence exactly when those funds land in your account. Let's break down the typical timeline and the key elements that can affect it. The ideal scenario: same-day funding potential. Lightstream famously advertises the possibility of same-day funding. Yes, you read that right. In certain circumstances, you could potentially see the loan amount deposited into your designated bank account on the very same day you are approved. This is a significant advantage, especially when time is of the essence. However, it's crucial to understand that same-day funding isn't guaranteed for everyone. It hinges on meeting specific criteria and completing the necessary steps early in the business day. Key factors influencing your funding timeline. Several elements can either expedite or potentially delay the arrival of your Lightstream funds. Let's delve into these. Application submission time. This is a critical factor for same-day funding eligibility. To have a chance at receiving your funds on the same day, you generally need to submit your application and receive approval before the Lightstream cutoff time on a business day. This cutoff time can vary slightly, but it's typically in the early to mid-afternoon Eastern Time, ET. Applications submitted after this cutoff or on weekends or holidays will naturally be processed the following business day. Completeness and accuracy of your application. Any errors, omissions, or inconsistencies in your application can lead to delays. Lightstream needs to verify all the information you provide, and incomplete or inaccurate details will necessitate further review and potentially require you to resubmit information. Double-checking all fields, including your personal details, employment information, and bank account details, is paramount. Verification processes. Lightstream employs robust verification processes to ensure the security and legitimacy of each loan. This might involve verifying your identity, employment, and financial information. While Lightstream aims to make this process as efficient as possible, the time it takes can vary depending on the complexity of your financial profile and how quickly you provide any requested documentation. Bank processing times. Once Lightstream disburses the funds, the time it takes for them to appear in your account is also dependent on your bank's processing procedures. Generally, electronic transfers, ACH transfers, take 1 to 3 business days to clear and become available in your account. While Lightstream might send the funds on the same day you're approved, it could still take a business day or 2 for your bank to process and credit your account. Loan purpose and amount. In some instances, particularly for larger loan amounts or specific loan purposes, Lightstream might have additional verification steps or require specific documentation, which could slightly extend the funding timeline. Holidays and weekends. Keep in mind that banks and financial institutions, including Lightstream, typically do not process transactions on weekends or federal holidays. If your approval falls on a Friday afternoon, over the weekend, or just before a holiday, you can expect the funding process to begin or resume on the next business day. Typical funding scenarios. To give you a clearer picture, here are a few typical funding scenarios. Scenario 1. Ideal same-day funding. You submit a complete and accurate application on a Monday morning and receive approval before Lightstream's cutoff time. All verification processes are completed swiftly, and you choose electronic funds transfer. In this case, you might see the funds in your account by the end of the same business day or the following morning. Scenario 2. Next business day funding. You submit your application on a Tuesday afternoon and receive approval. Because it's after the cutoff, the funding process begins on Wednesday, and you could see the funds in your account by Thursday or Friday, depending on your bank's processing time. Scenario 3. Slight delay due to verification. You submit your application on a Wednesday morning and receive conditional approval, but Lightstream needs additional documentation to verify your income. You promptly provide the requested documents. Once verified, Lightstream disburses the funds on Thursday, and they should appear in your account by Friday or Monday. Scenario 4. Weekend application. You submit your application on a Saturday. The review process will likely begin on the following Monday, and if approved, funds could be disbursed on Monday or Tuesday, reaching your account by Wednesday or Thursday. Proactive steps to expedite funding. While you can't control every aspect of the funding timeline, there are steps you can take to potentially speed up the process. Apply early in the business day. If same-day funding is a priority, aim to submit your application as early as possible on a weekday. Ensure accuracy and completeness. Double-check every detail in your application before submitting it. Respond promptly to requests. If Lightstream requests any additional information or documentation,